Well, guys, this weekend is officially it. After multiple delays and us waiting to see Carnage on the big screen for over a decade after we first saw Venom in Spider-Man 3, Carnage and Venom are coming to face, and the box office outlook is rather confusing. It's lower than the original, but compared to everything else this year, it's on the high end. So let's talk about the final predictions. So going into this opening weekend, Venom Let There Be Carnage is hopefully going to turn out to be a great movie for fans and hopefully ends up exceeding some of the low-end expectations. Now, when we compare this to the likes of Shang-Chi, the low end here is higher than the low end that Shang-Chi had. If you guys remember, there was predictions saying Shang-Chi would come in at 25 million. It of course did triple that and more. So when we look at Venom, most analysts are saying it's landing somewhere between 45 to 65 million. Sony, of course, is probably going to come in somewhere with the middle of that range. So let's say Sony optimistically is going to give it 52.5, I would say, just to kind of play it safe. If this thing does 40 million, it's still a success. If it does 60, it's a huge win. Anything over 65 would be way past expectations, which is good. If it comes in under 40, that's questionable then, considering that the first film went on to become a box office juggernaut, passing 800 million. I mean, that's huge. What's really interesting here, though, is people are trying to apply the Marvel Studios formula to this film, and they're not getting the same results. And what I mean by that is, people are starting to learn that distinction, and some people are saying it doesn't matter, others are saying it does. Do you trust a non-Marvel Studios movie, or do you only go to the Marvel Studios ones? Now, of course, Venom, it's an interesting middle ground here, and I think, honestly, even if this film ends up being hated by every person that sees it, let's say, I still think it's going to do good, because people enjoyed that first film. Even people that thought it was bad walked away from it going, well, I still enjoyed aspects of it, so maybe the sequel can fix it. And hopefully, that's the case. And I'm excited just to see how this film does, because if this film does good, the future for everything Venom related suddenly expands to every corner of the Marvel film universe, if you get what I'm saying. And with that, I think this thing could honestly become a juggernaut if Sony decides to advertise it like that, which we've already seen hints of that. But of course, we're going to have to wait for this first weekend. So again, final predictions are 45 to 65 million. I honestly don't know what to expect. You guys let me know your predictions down below. I'm going to go with 64.9 million. There we go. Look at that. I'm playing the prices right over here.